What about you, Mason?
I'm good.
Free.
I'm good.
Big Meech is free, so yeah.
Yeah.
And I have a Big Meech story.
You do?
Yes, I do. I had a car at 16, Mason, and so when you have a car at 16, you're famous. You're so popular in high school.
Yeah.
So I was so popular in Southwestern High School. Big shout out to SO Southwestern.
Southwestern.
And I didn't even know who knew me, but I got a call one day. Derek Meeks and said, "Hey, Meech want to hang out at a club called Spankings with you." Spankings was a club in Pontiac,
Okay.
and so I had a sheepskin coat. My cousin, and I didn't have a car at this particular day. My car was down or whatever. So I called my cousin James Rucker, and I said, "James, Meech and Derek Meech want to hang out with us. Go to Spanky's." And James had a car. He said, "Sure." So I called James. He had a nanny goat. You know what I'm saying? So we picked we picked Big Meech up, and we picked Derek Meech up, and they had their meat coats. They was the 50 boys back then. Yeah, and we went to Pontiac, drove to Pontiac, and it was funny because I'm thinking we're gonna take his Suzuki. He had a Suzuki Sidekick at that time.
Yeah.
And I guess he didn't have a license, so we had the license. So he rode with us, and we had a ball. And he was famous back then.
Yeah.
And this had to be every bit of 86, 87.
Wow, Tony.
Yeah. So
that's incredible.
So I actually introduced the party life to Big Meech. Yes.
That might be a stretch, but okay.
I don't think it's a stretch because I was 16, he was 17. He didn't have the access to the clubs like I did. So
okay.
yeah,
okay, Tony.
so I taught him how to party. No,
Ladies
did he?
and gentlemen, the Black Tony Starr.
Hey, Detroit. Yes.
That is man, that's a great story.
Absolutely. And big shout outs to Southwest Detroit. We had health together in the 9th grade, so we go way back. Yes.
I love that too. I love that story. We're getting ready for humongous Swedish Day.
Yeah, it's going down Saturday. It's going to be incredible. Bert's Warehouse Theater. That's the theater. Yes. 8 o'clock showtime. We got Camila. We got Gizzard. We got Popcorn. We got 10 crack jokers. The Dirty Deacon. Keisha No I. Yeah, it's going to be incredible. I can't wait. Yes.
You also brought us a brand new.
Yes. Yes, absolutely.
And she brought it. She's quite the dish.
Yeah, she brought some real greens for you.
Real greens.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get into that. Tony, please introduce.
My girl.
Our newest crack joker.
Our latest and newest arrival to the crack joker, ladies and gentlemen, Detroit. Give it up for Gizzard.
Good morning. What's popping other than other people's dry lips?
That would be a pop. That's good, Gizzard. Welcome to the show.
Thank you so much.
We're going to get into how it all happened for you coming up in a second. But Camila, how you?
I've been good, Mason.
How's the shows been going?
They've been going good.
Tell people when you do your show.
Every Sunday at Bert's Marketplace.
What time?
8 o'clock.
8 o'clock.
Yeah. So if you don't, you take your woman out to Sweetest Day, and then take your side girl Sunday to see Camila. That's how you do it.
That's how you do it?
Yeah,
absolutely. We support the side chick.
Side chick Sundays with Camila.
Good support. Let me say hello to the one and only Dirty Filthy Deacon. Say good morning.
What up, though, Detroit Dirty Deacon in the house, y'all?
There you go.
How you doing, ladies?
There you go.
Big shout out to you, E-Ray.
That's what a deacon to do. Go right for your wife. I mean,
The pastor
E-Ray
collected
gonna be on
ties,
the
I
show.
collect the wives.
E-Ray gonna be on the show.
so we are doing the big Sweetest Day show, Tony.
Yes.
Run it down. How does it work? How do you get a ticket? And then we'll come back and talk with Gizzard for you.
Yeah, so you go to the website, TonyRoney'sComicVibe.com, and get your 2 tickets. And for all those that want to be, I've got to do something special for my people.
Yes.
Yeah, so if you cash out, if you go to call me and say, Tony Roney, I need some tickets. 313-523-0946.
Too fast.
313-523-0946. And we're only going to do the first 10 people that do this, you can say, hey, I want to come to the show. I'm going to do a 2-for-1. You can cash out me, and I'll leave your tickets out the door. That's what I do for my Mason people. And Mason and Star.
Do that number again.
313. You can get 2-for-1 tickets right now. We only have 10 available. You can go call me, text me. Just text me. Say, Tony Roney, I need those tickets. 313-523-0946. And I'll text you all the information, and we get you in.
All right.
Yeah.
So, Gizzard, you're from Detroit?
No, sir, I'm not. I've actually lived in about 10 different cities in Michigan, but I would rep Flint, Michigan.
Put that damn up.
Okay, Flint.
I'll just say it. Damn! You lived in, so, but Flint is.
Yep, I lived there 20 years, so I'm repping Flint. All my children were born in Flint, so
No kidding. How many children do you have?
I have 3.
We used to work at a station called WOWE.
Yes, I'm familiar with them.
In Flint, Michigan. There was a funeral. And that was difficult to work in a funeral home,
Wow.
Tony, because we didn't know what was in the back. Angie would go make coffee in that kitchen. That was a scary thing.
Yeah.
And they had a dial. This was only a few years ago.
You know, my attorney, Alicia Martin, her parents own a funeral home in Flint, so I'm thinking, was it the same funeral? Yeah.
Could be.
Yeah.
It was scary. It was
Yeah.
Halloween every day.
All funeral homes are scary. I don't care if they updated, brand new, modern. Yeah.
You're right. So, Gizzard, how did you get into it?
I have been going to starters for like the last 10 years, and one day we went
Tony Roney started?
Tony Roney starters. Yeah, my mother and I would have birthday parties on the Detroit Princess to celebrate her birthdays together. She passed in 2018, so we would actually go to Tony Roney's after the birthday party for some comedy and some food, and my mother really loved it there. She would hackle the comedians and talk stuff because she actually wanted to be up there herself. So I'm actually living out my mother's dream.
Beautiful.
So wait a minute though. That's still not just easy. You don't just wake up, get dressed, go through your day. And say, "Okay, I'm gonna be a comedian today." The first time, how did you come to a serious conclusion that this is what you were going to do? What were you doing? And you weren't going there for 10 years to say, I'm studying to be a comedian, right?
No, not at all. No.
So how did you choose it?
Let's see. Last year, Christmas Eve, I went to Punchline with some friends, and I met Coco. And I told her, I whispered in her ear, and we took a picture together. And I told her, I said, I want to be just like you. And she said, come on back. So the fear was standing between me and the decision to actually do it. So that was Christmas Eve. Comes Mother's Day, I decided to, as a gift to myself, to go to Tony Roney's Mother's Day Comedy Fest.
Yeah.
And I was outside in the parking lot. I saw Keisha No I.
Yeah.
And we had some word exchange, and she said, like you got some great energy. So that just kept repeating in my head. So I went to Tony Roney's to follow Keisha No I and Tony Roney and the other crack jokers. And I told the girl in the pearls, Charlize, who was the host that night and always, I told her I would like to be a stand-up. She gave me Tony Roney's telephone number, and that was it. And that was in June.
You called him.
Yes.
The hell did he say?
What's your name?
That sounds
I
like
said, Gizzard. But I didn't say it like I said, Gizzard. He said, what? I said, Gizzard.
and he said and
He
it
said,
went-
okay, Gizzard, so you like to do stand-up? I said, yes. He said, okay, be here at such and such a time. And I said, okay, I will.
So Gizzard, we're talking this Mother's Day.
Yes.
So now you've met him. He said, when you show up, you show up. They give you a microphone. Put it in there.
Yes.
You were on the stage.
Yeah.
What did you do? And you did you have to, they just told you to go or?
She just gave me the mic.
And you, how long were you on there?
At that time, probably about 3 minutes. 3 minutes of material I
And
had
what
come up with.
was there an audience or just other crack jokers? Who was it? Who was
I
listening?
believe there were a few people in the audience, but yeah, crack jokers.
You were not afraid,
No.
and you went 3 minutes.
Yes.
How did it come out?
Good.
You're interesting. That's funny. Go ahead, D. That's
Where
good.
you get the name Gizzard from? Did you say that?
Yeah, that's a good
No,
question.
I didn't say that yet because I'm sure you probably censored.
Yes, we are. But wow.
I'm learning something about you, Gizzard. New to me too.
It's not new, Tony.
Oh, okay.
No, it's not.
It's not new.
Oh.
She didn't said it.
So now you do a real show. You're prepared to do a real show. When was that? What, June, July? When did you do a real show? Walk up and you were part of the set.
Probably about 7 to 10 days after them. But a
Forget
month
what I
show,
said.
it was a
month.
a
It
month.
was a few weeks. Huh?
Yep, about a few weeks after.
Probably Father's Day.
Yes, I was in the
Yeah.
Father's
Oh,
Day
yeah,
that's
Comedy
Father's Day.
Fest.
Mhm.
You again. I'm gonna ask you. You were not afraid.
No.
So you go up on Father's Day.
Mhm.
There's people there. You do it. What happens?
Man, that bright light hit me. I didn't see no people out
I
there.
know it, right? All
Yes.
the people disappeared,
Yeah.
and you still gotta go.
Yeah.
How long did you work that night? You were
I
up
think
there
it
how
was
long?
about 7 minutes.
Yeah. How did it feel?
It was exhilarating once I actually got through the middle of it.
Yeah. So now you start to hear people laughing. That was good. Huh?
Yes.
Yeah. Who do you admire in the comedy business outside of Detroiters? Outside.
Right. There's so much greatness in the Motor City. Well, I'm a diehard fan of Mom's Mabley.
Okay.
So I'm like Mom's Mabley on the reincarnate. I'm gonna have the costumes to go with the
Yeah.
comedy.
That's interesting.
Leslie, because she's just like probably the ultimate girlfriend to hang out with. I would be Leslie. I mean, ain't no filters, ain't no nothing,
Yeah.
no bars.
Your family says what about you doing this?
Go Umi, go Gizzard.
Go, just go. Huh?
They can believe I'm doing it, but then they can't believe I'm doing it.
Wow, have they all seen you yet?
My daughter is a truck driver. She drives a semi 18-wheeler, and she has been through hurricanes and tornadoes and down through valleys and around mountains to come and see me. She came to my Mother's Day comedy show. Yes.
That is amazing. Well, Gizzard, it's a pleasure to meet you. D, you wanted to ask her something? You good?
Yeah,
Or-
well-
hold on, Gizzard.
So are you like in high school or in class? That's usually the underline with a lot of comedians. Like, were you one of those type of individuals in high school?
No.
No. Okay.
No, I've always been the clown on the scene.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Like, there's a story that my mother would tell when she brought me home from the hospital as a newborn. You know, the room where everybody is not allowed, you're not permitted to sit in that special room with
Right.
plastic on the furniture because you can't leave no booty prints. So they were in the dining room playing cards and whatnot, and she said she heard this big burst of laughter, this big sound. So she came in there to check on me, and she said I was in there cackling like some old lady. And I was only like 5 pounds.
You listen with your whole self. Some people listen with their ears, some with their eyes, some with their body. You listen with everything. Do you notice that? That you're that type of listener? If someone was to videotape you, you would see. You stop and your whole everything listens to what someone's saying to you.
Oh yes, I believe in listening. Because if there's an issue something that needs to be resolved,
You can get to it right away.
I'm going to get to it.
Talk to you. Huh?
Yes.
That's amazing. All right. Camilla,
Yes, sir.
you've been good.
I've been great. I have really. I've been great.
What would you say the biggest difference of you doing comedy now than today a year ago?
My confidence in my stage presence has improved greatly.
Ah, good question.
And of course that has helped you. What did you add in that year? It doesn't have to be anything gigantic. It could be extremely tiny and small.
You know what I've added? Well, of course, I continuously work on my material and write
Right.
new jokes. But I've been trying to work in crowd work. You know, being intimate with the crowd, because before I just get up and do my set and I'm gone. But now I, try to build a relationship with the crowd.
Really. And so you've been working on that.
I've been working on that.
Yeah. How's it feel?
It feels good, and I also been working on hosting, and so that's been pretty good.
Different from doing your stand-up.
It is. It's different. It's different. I wouldn't say it was better or worse, but it's different.
It's just different.
It's different.
Cool. Fascinating. Boy, and so you brought us some greens. You cook, Gizzard. You like to cook?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah,
I
well,
cooked
thank you.
professionally
Yeah.
for many, many years. I also did professional cosmetology for over 25 years.
Gifted.
Something.
Yeah.
Talented,
Funny.
creative.
She's funny. All right, Tony.
Yeah.
But can I say something?
No, you're not allowed. You weren't even really on the radio. I didn't have you. No, I'm kidding. Listen, did you see her? Did you see her, D? You see when I said that? How her whole thing, she listened to everything I was saying. Real quick. Okay, yes.
Okay, so
Yes, you're allowed. Go ahead.
about the name Gizzard. Okay, my children gave me that nickname.
Yeah?
Yeah, because I had so much things to overcome. Like one of the things was a gambling addiction. I was always running down to Motor City. And by the time I got back, my budget was so low I couldn't buy the whole chicken. All I could get was the gizzard.
Ooh,
They be like, okay, gizzard. That's what happened. Gizzard.
Oh, that's
Well-
hilarious.
Two things. Congratulations on getting over it.
Thank you.
And second, for still finding a way.
Mm.
There you go. All right, Gizzard. That was interesting,
Yeah,
Tony.
yeah, it was. Very.
See, you never know. All right, so a Sweetest Day show.
Yes.
Where do people go? How do you get a ticket? And who's on the show?
Let me tell you, Gizzard, Camila, E-Ray, the Dirty Deacon. We got Money, a Young Money, Wombo, Punchline, Dollar Bill, G, Comedian, E-Ray, and Keisha No I. And Popcorn, yes.
Where?
It's going to be at Burst Warehouse Theater. I will be headlining after the show's over. And so you want to come out and get your tickets. You can go to Eventbrite. You can go to TonyRoney'sComicVibe.com. But if you do it right now, you can get a 2-for-1. Just text me 313-523-0946.
Do it again twice.
313-523-0946. One more time. 313-523-0946. And you can get 2-for-1.
First
2
10
tickets.
people.
Yes. And come out and because what I like about Mason's show is I can always hook the people up.
There
You know
you
what I'm
go.
saying?
There you go, Tony.
Yeah.
The Black Tony Starks of comedy.
And big shout out to the Good Helpers Heating and Cooling for bringing comedy everywhere we go.
Yes.
Good Helpers Heating and Cooling is right behind us, powered by them. So big shout out to Kip.
Yeah. Big shout out to Kip. Good stuff. Dirty Deacon, you ready for the show this weekend?
Yeah, the deacon's always ready.
Yes. You gonna dress up and put on fancy clothes again?
Yeah, well, you know, that's how I get down. Fancy clothes is my living.
There you
I
go.
live in fancy clothes.
There you go, young Deacon.
Yeah.
Will your son perform with you this?
Yeah, that's Punchline Eddie.
Yeah.
That's what we just said. Oh, look at that. Superstars. Yeah, so Punchline Eddie's gonna be out. We might argue on stage, we might not. You know, it just kind of depends.
So you're up at the same time,
We might be back to back. It just depends on how they set up. You know how they set up the show.
but you have been on the stage at the same time.
Yeah, we actually did. We did one of the oldest jazz theater in the World. We were on the stage there.
Bakers?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we were. So
Wow. All right, so it's going to be a fascinating night.
Incredible. Yes.
I'm glad you all came in, Gizzard. It was a pleasure to meet you.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, Camilla, always,
I'm glad to see you again.
welcome back. Tony Roney, the Black Tony Starks of comedy, still doing his thing. That's a big show at Burt's, 8 o'clock. The phone number again, twice to get seats.
313-523-0946. 313-LAB, LAF 0946. And one more time, if you want your tickets, you want the hookup, 2 tickets for the price of 1, just text me and I'll get back with you. 313-523-0946. 2 for 1. Only today, right now.
Beautiful.
Yes.
Thank you all. Ladies
Thank
and
you,
gentlemen,
Mason.
Tony Roney's correct.
Joker!